Manifestation. We've all heard of it, seen it on our For You pages, or even sometimes did it without even realizing. So let's talk what is it, how does it work, and how you can do it. At its core, manifestation is the process by which energy, guided by intention, shapes experience. Thoughts, beliefs, and emotions all carry vibrational qualities which the universe responds to. In practical terms, this means that what you as a practitioner consistently focus on, believe in, and act towards becomes way more likely to occur. So basically, by using positive thoughts, feelings, and actions that align with your intention, your dreams can come true. Manifestation works with several universal principles, one of them being quantum jumping. Quantum jumping, also known as reality shifting, is a theory that proposes that the multiverse does in fact exist. It suggests that each second we actually reality shift into a parallel universe, but since our vibration stays the same, we don't see the difference. However, if you shift your vibration high enough, you can make a quantum jump into a parallel universe where things are different and that version of yourself has the desire. For example, let's say that your manifestation is that you live in Paris, but you're currently living in Madrid. To manifest this, you have to start already acting as if you are in Paris. This means you start learning French. You arrange your living room and house in a Parisian aesthetic. You listen to French music. You create vision boards. All of those activities are going to elevate your vibration and align your energy with the desired reality, hence facilitating the shift. Vibrational alignment is essential. Without raising one's frequency, the universe cannot reflect your intended reality. So how do you raise your vibration? Well, it's a mix between a few things. First of all, gratitude, aka the law of correspondence. The internal state mirrors the external world, meaning that if you think positive thoughts, feel confident, and genuinely feel gratitude, this will be mirrored by the external world. This is because gratitude has the highest frequency on the emotional charts. It's 540 hertz, and this is the highest frequency for most of us. Peace and enlightenment can reach up to 1000 hertz, but very few people can actually do this. So for most of us spiritual bodies, gratitude is the highest. This is why shadow work is so important. You have to be able to heal your internal state so that you can attract better things in the external world. You see, due to trauma and negative experiences, we form subconscious limiting beliefs, such as I am not worthy of love or I don't deserve to have money. So this lowers your vibration, and remember that the universe only responds to your vibration, not to the thoughts I want to be rich, I want him to like me back. It only hears your vibration. So by doing positive affirmations, reframing your mindset, and doing a lot of shadow work, you start transforming those subconscious limiting beliefs. You see, a neural network is formed by little neurons that exist. And every time when you think of something like, I am not worthy of love, those little neurons go closer and closer together until they finally form a synaptic connection, which manifests as an internal belief. And when multiplied, it forms a neural network full of all of those negative thoughts that you have of yourself, which then manifest in your reality. Well, maybe not manifesting, but it does shape your reality. So what you have to do is reframe the chemistry of your brain. So what you have to do is you have to think positive thoughts that counteract those negative beliefs, such as I am worthy of love, I am lovable, I love myself. And if you do this a lot, a synaptic connection will form. And over time, a neural network full of those happy, good thoughts will also form, making your subconscious believe that you are worthy of love, or whatever it is you want to manifest. The second important concept is the law of polarity. It states that everything in the universe has an opposite, a positive and a negative pole of the same thing. It's two sides of the same coin. So basically, every time when you want something, like I want to get rich, its opposite, I don't have enough money, is also there. So what ends up happening is every time when you think I want to get rich, it implies that in your current reality, you are not rich. And remember, our minds tend to unfortunately focus on what we don't have rather than what we do have. which is why gratitude is hard. Society has conditioned us to always look at the negatives, hence we often forget the positives. Because the opposite of wanting is having. And by understanding this, you can begin to comprehend that you not being rich right now means that somewhere in the multiverse there is a parallel universe where you are rich. And when you stop resisting and you start embracing both sides of the spectrum, the pressure to fix your life disappears, and you can focus on taking meaningful steps forward. Your mind stops blinding you and you stop focusing on the not having. You stop living from a state of lack, from a state of desperation, which gets in the way of your manifestation because it lowers your vibration. Imagine this is you, this is your manifestation. Every time when you're like, I really, really want this, I really, really want this, it forms a barrier. It forms a barrier between you and your manifestation because it lowers your vibration. And remember, the universe, what is it here? Only your vibration. And being able to detach from the outcome is a very important part in manifestation because this helps you not live from a state of desperation. I'll give you a realistic example. You're writing an essay. You have 10 minutes to turn it in. And then suddenly, the internet stops. And the dinosaur game appears on your screen. And you're there like, oh my god, please, 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 let it turn on, let it turn on, let it turn on. What is happening? What is happening? And you get super stressed. But then the moment that you are like, you know what, whatever, I'm just gonna play the dinosaur game, suddenly, the Wi-Fi turns back on. That's what I'm talking about. The more desperate you are for something to work or happen, the more it's not gonna happen. The moment you're like, whatever, I don't even want it anymore, that's when it happens. Another way to not live from desperation, though, is just being super delusional. Once you start believing that the outcome will come true for sure, you signal to the universe, I already have this. Hence, the universe gives it to you. This is why it's very important when you're manifesting, whether you're writing, saying affirmations, whatever, or even thinking about wanting something. Don't say, I want. I really want this. Say, I have this. This belongs to me. This is already happening for me. But of course, this is much easier said than done. How can you possibly be confident that something will happen when in your current reality, it's not happening at all? By using the law of assumption, being the Lulu is the Solulu. The law of assumption suggests that when you assume and you already act as if you have your desire, it will come true. In this case, being delusional is actually a good thing because it's reframed as a conscious exercise of your imagination. Remember, time is an illusion, it does not exist. It's a spiral, not a straight line. And the present moment passes really, really fast. Hence, the only truly present moment in which creation occurs is in your imagination. This is because we tend to predict the future based on our past, not our present. And being delusional means that you predict your future based on your imagination, the only truly present moment. This is why people say that by watching your thoughts and changing your mindset, this will be the first step for you to change your life. You see, once you already act as if your manifestation has come true, your vibration will raise and your frequency will align to the reality where you have your manifestation. Hence, you can do that quantum jump. This is why by being grateful that something has happened, even before it has happened, you tell the universe, you signal to the universe, hey, this is my reality. I am living in that reality, so the universe shifts you to that reality. In conclusion, manifestation works by reframing your thoughts, feelings, and actions, which elevates your vibration. You align with the frequency of the reality where you already have it, hence you get it. You shift to the reality and suddenly your manifestation comes true. And again, this is way easier said than done. So make sure to subscribe because next week I'm gonna be posting manifestation techniques that actually work. If you're still here, thank you so much for watching. I love you guys so much and see you next time.